Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome all. I'm Arun Batula, Vice Chair at the European Center for Business Industry. I welcome you all to the 2021 EuropeIndia40 Leaders Announcement Virtual Ceremony. EuropeIndia40, an initiative of EICBI, which is in its third year to discover top 40 under 40 Europe India leaders, will cover the stories of the young leaders and their contributions in promoting EU-India, UK-India relations. I will now welcome Councillor Aryan Uday Areti, our Vice Chair at European Center for Business Industry, to formally initiate the proceedings. Councillor Aryan, over to you, please.
Thank you, Arun. Firstly, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, people across the world, Europe, India, and the UK. I welcome you all to Europe India Center for Business and Industry, the 2021 Class of 40 under 40 Europe, UK, India Leaders List. Congratulations. I'm Aryan Uday Areti, based in the UK. I'm Vice Chair, and I'm very delighted to see some of my friends, colleagues, and great leaders across UK, Europe, and India. May I request as a sympathy for everyone to pay a minute of silence for all the lives lost during the corona pandemic and so much sacrifice done by millions of people across the world. So can we have a 30 seconds silence, please? All right, thank you very much. I just want to give you a brief introduction of Europe India Center for Business Industry, and then I'll share a screen about some of the things that we've done over the past and 2021. So Europe India Business, sorry, one second. Yeah, Europe India Center for think tank, non-profit, multi-organization, which has been playing a leading role in promoting closer trade and international relations for the India-EU, India-UK for over 10 years. So I just want to briefly share my screen so that you'll understand what exactly we've done. Can you all see my screen now?
Yeah, we can, Councillor Aryan. Please go on.
Can you all see it, Arun?
Yeah, we can see it.
24 major summits. Thank you very much. You can see we've done 24 major summits in Europe, 2 summits in European Parliament in Brussels. In the summits, alongside with our delivery partners, we've done about 3,240 delegates from over 2,190 companies. These summits have provided an opportunity for the UK MPs, the European MEPs, and Indian MPs to not only get to know each other, but also engage in discussion with the diaspora, with the Indian diaspora, and the companies who are planning to extend. EICB has also organized numerous delegations visits to India, which has provided opportunities to MPs and companies to get a first-hand experience of the Indian market. And in the midst of the pandemic, we've done 4 major summits, which, with the wider topics that are currently the burning issues in the current world. And let me just briefly touch you on the topics that we've done. Okay, let me take that. So in 2021, we have organized, sorry, I think I've got the wrong one. Yeah, 2021 we've organized 4 major summits. The impact on Brexit on India, UK and EU relations, the green economy and climate change cooperation between India and the Europe and UK, strengthening business cooperations between India, UK and EU, and the cultural relations as a key driver for stronger trade and investment. So within that summit, we have the historic Europe under 40 leaders from 2019 and 2020 cohort, participating in alongside MPs and MEPs across UK, Europe, and India. You can see the list here. I just don't want to repeat the whole list. The first summit, we had the following MEPs, and we had the members of European Parliament, UK Parliament, sorry, apologies, and members of the Indian Parliament. So that's a brief summary. So we as a think tank and a non-profit organization, we try and promote more and more relations between trade, not necessarily just the trade and commerce and business, but also cultural and historic and international relations between India, EU, and UK. Obviously, as you know, UK sadly has left the European Union, so and we have a long historic connection with India. So that's the brief summary. And may I now hand over to the, based on the agenda, to our chairman, Sujit Nair. Sujit, it's all yours. Let me stop sharing. Sujit, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you, Uday. We do have a British MP Vivian Masol who's just joined us. I think he might need to leave soon. The last certain share is before I go on to more details about what EuropeIndia40 list is about. Sir, are you? I just saw you online.
I'm here, Sujit.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Is a brief from South Hall. We can give a brief note about Sharmaji.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Honorable Virendra Sharma ji, Honorable Member of Parliament from United Kingdom, and also Chairman, Indo-British All-Party Parliamentary Group, and addressing on India relations. Has been an MP continuously since 19th of July 2007. And Mr. Sharma ji is a member of the Parliamentary Select Committees on Health, Human Rights, and International Development. Over to you, Mr. Sharma.
Thank you very much, and good morning from Britain. Little afternoon in India and the world. It's a pleasure to join you. And before I say my piece on India-British relationships, I would like to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate Sujit and his whole team for that visionary idea he started with. And I am associating with him, have been in the past, but I will now present, and I'm sure in the future we will be able to work together to bring those relationships and the strengthening those relationships with India and Britain. As I'm of Indian origin, though I spend more time in Britain than in India, but as a member of Parliament, I still have that India needs to improve not relationships on the military side, but trade, culture, education, health. There's a lot of areas Britain and India can learn from each other, work together to provide not only India, British people, but throughout the world. They can play a leading role to bring that peace, prosperity, and future equality of opportunities for all. That is my idea, and I got supported by many NGOs, many social groups, and also by my many parliamentarians, those who see this vision coming through. So Sujit's idea, which he had promoted as well as in India, I had always an honor to join him and support him. Today, I think that future lies with youth. We need to work with the young people who are the future generations of a good leadership, and the people who with the vision for the society to be equal. So I'm glad that the topic has chosen, which is very close to my heart. And I know that Sujit has brought many people throughout the world to come together and discuss it, plan it for the future. I will definitely, I can go on for longer than what time is allocated. But one thing I like, the young people to understand the basic principles of equality and the prosperity piece. It's the basics first we need to understand, and then come together with those people who follow that same ideals. I'm quite sure that today there will be very learned people coming who will be talking about trade, who will be talking about politics, who will be talking about opportunities in the future, and certainly the role these two countries can play. But I just today give my wishes to the organizers and to the future generation who take that lead role in the coming years to come. Today, I wish Sujit and your whole team a successful event, and I look forward to working with you and the rest of the team in the coming days and the months together. Happy Diwali, Happy New Year, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Honorable Virendra Sharmaji. And indeed, we are blessed to be guided to the basic principles of equality, prosperity, and peace. Thank you for your message. I would now like to invite Mr. Sujit Esnaya, Chairperson of EuropeIndia Center for Business and Industry, for an overview on 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Sujit?
Thank you, Arun. Welcome. So we'll soon have the Indian Member of Parliament, Mr. Alphonse Kannanthanam, joining us. We have the Deputy Head of Mission Delegation for the European Union to India and Bhutan, Mr. Sepon Nurmi here. We will also have the members of European Parliament from Mr. Suran Kade and Mr. Sandro Gossi, who will share their message. A warm welcome to our 2021 Class of Leaders and other delegates. We are all excited about the announcement of our 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. The EuropeIndia40 Leaders list by EuropeIndia Center for Business Industry is probably the only one of its kind, which is an authoritative list of 40 young leaders below the age of 40 who are playing a key role in promoting EU-India relations and UK-India relations. The EuropeIndia40 list was first released in 2019 at the European Parliament in Brussels. The 2020 class of leaders included 16 women and 24 men from all walks of life and represented 16 different nationalities. Just like how we are releasing the list here today, that is virtually, that was how the 2020 year, the last year's list was also released. The last year's list, the 2020 list, had 14 women and 26 men who represented 19 different nationalities. This year's list, that is the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders, comprises of 22 women and 18 men and represent 19 different nationalities. The idea of the EuropeIndia40 Leaders list is to provide an opportunity for the leaders to showcase their work to a wider audience. The relationship between UK and India, as well as EU and India, has been improving at a great pace for the past few years, as the current generation of leaders in these regions have recognized a huge number of opportunities in the UK-India corridor and EU-India corridor. It will require the next generation of leaders in the EU-India corridor and the UK-India corridor to take forward the work done by the current generation of leaders. And that is what we intend to achieve through the EuropeIndia40 Leaders list. I would now request Arun to take forward the discussion.
Thank you very much, Sujit. And what a list it is. We are going to see each one of the names very soon. And we are once again honored by the presence of Mr. Alphonse Kannathanam, who is a member of Parliament, India, and former Union Minister for India, and also member Standing Committee for External Affairs from Indian Parliament. Welcome, Mr. Alphonse Kannathanam. Could you please share us with your message?
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whichever part of the world you are. I'm very happy to be here under this on this occasion where we are launching the 40 under 40. So once upon a time I was so young. I also have to be in one of these lists. I was in Time Magazine's list of 100 under 40. Yeah, that is 100 young global leaders who are under 40 of Time Magazine in 1994. So reminds me that I was young once upon a time, but I feel still young because I think it's all in the mind. I still jog 5 kilometers a day. And I think I'm the only one who jogs in the Lodi Garden, the famous Lodi Garden in Delhi at my age, at 68. So very happy to be here with people who are being honored today and who have a big connect with India. I think the future belongs to the young people. I mean, I guess our time is basically my generation, the time is kind of over. And I think it's time the younger generation takes over the world because they are innovative. When we say, well, this is a solution, they come up and say, no, that is not the solution. There are better solutions. There are more innovative solutions. And I think we have before us some of the biggest challenges. Now, the global leaders are meeting in Glasgow to protect the environment. I think these are issues on which the young generation has very strong views, on which their views actually must dominate, because we people are accustomed to coal-fired plants, nuclear plants, and unlimited growth without a concern for what happens to the future generations. I think the present generation under 40 are hugely conscious of their responsibilities to the world. And they are also conscious that we don't exist in silos. And unfortunately, for the past few years, nations have been becoming xenophobic, getting back into their silos. And I think it had a lot to do with, a US government, which was very xenophobic, which was very, very exclusive. And I think we are happy the world is getting together again. I think it's time that we all get together, share our issues, we together solve the problems of the world. Environment is a big problem. Employment is an issue. I think peace and living together is a massive issue. I think fundamentalism is a big issue. Terrorism is a massive issue for countries all across the world, not only for India. I think these are all issues in which the younger generation has very promising views. They all believe that we are all meant to live together and our fate is decided together. So I'm very happy that you are putting together this group of young people, getting them all together into one platform, launching people who are willing to think different. And I think that's so important. In fact, when I was young, my autobiography was published when I was 38, I guess. And the title of the book was Making a Difference. I think if there is one thing that we are born for, I think is to make a difference to the world, to leave the world a better place than when we came in. But we see that the past 10 years, the world has become so much worse, more polluted, more of radicalism, fundamentalism, xenophobia, I don't know what not. I think all these basically has to change, and of course, of late, the virus attacking the entire world. So I think we need to think different. I think we all survive together. And this is something which I think nations must realize. There is an overemphasis on the nation state. Yes, nation states are important. I think, but also we all exist together. I think we need to talk about sharing things. Like the house where I live in Delhi, I mean, it's a massive bungalow which was given to me when I was Tourism Minister of India. It's 3 acres. I have accommodated 43 people in my house. In my house means there are outhouses, and we look after all of them. I think so. We need to really share the responsibility and say, well, it's not enough to preach. We really need to act, and we just need to all put our heads together. If for people who could afford to feed one more person in this world was feeding that one more person, there would be no hunger in this world. Similarly, I think we all need to think of ways to create more jobs for people, because the best way to equity is really jobs, and just when people can do meaningful things. So I'm very happy the European Union, countries of the European Union, UK and India, we are all democracies who believe fundamentally in the constitutional right of liberty and freedom, and unlimited initiative which young people have. So I think we all need to get together. We need to trade more. We need to have more exchanges, more of intellectual exercises of meeting people. And hopefully once the virus is over, which hopefully will happen in the next few months, and I'm hoping that, because I was Tourism Minister of India, so I'm hoping that once the virus is over, people will start traveling a lot more and really come to places, travel first of all in Europe, in your nearby countries, and then come to India. I mean, let me tell you, India has so much to be seen. It's an incredible country with so much of tradition. It's a 5,000-year-old civilization. And if you really try to read up a few things about India, the kind of intellectualism that was in India 5,000 years back, the kind of philosophy that we talked about long before the Greeks or the Romans or anybody else, I think it's incredible, talking about the universe, the Milky Way, and all that stuff thousands of years back, and also really come out with solutions to medical problems and astronomy, astrology, the whole lot of stuff, I think, on which the human race so much depended on for progress. All this, India was a leader once upon a time. Of course, we still have poverty in India. We still need a lot more jobs to be created. But all this is possible when all of us get together. And I think that is the whole purpose of honoring young people, because they are willing to step out of their shoes and share resources and to make this world a better place. So congratulations 40 under 40 and to the organizers who are putting it together, and may these 40 take over the world. Literally take over your countries first and then take over the world, because we need people who want to change the world to be in power in various countries. Take over corporations who just don't think only about profits. Yes, profits are very important, but who can think beyond profits also and think of the human race as a whole. So I think this is the kind of group which is going to lead the world in the future. So all the best, young people, and congratulations to the organizers for putting this program together. And thank you so much for inviting me to be speaking best.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Alphonse Kannathanam. It's indeed an honor to get directed and blessed by you. We would request you, sir, if your time permits, to stay back a little more to listen to each one of these 40 leaders when they express what their intents are for the next 10 years. And it was indeed a pleasure listening to you. And when you highlighted to think different is very important, and also to act. Thanks a lot, sir, for your time. Now, I would request Mr. Seppo Nurmi, Deputy Head of Mission, Delegation of European Union to India and Bhutan, to please come on board. Mr. Seppo Nurmi, sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Arun. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to participate in the EuropeIndia40 Leaders List announcement ceremony today and say a word about the current EU-India economic and trade relations. But first of all, I would like to congratulate the select group of young entrepreneurs. You have been chosen because of your outstanding performance and skills, and you will be part of the entrepreneurs shaping the economic development in our both regions, contributing to a more prosperous, wealthy, and a more green society. As you know, the biggest challenge of our today's world is mitigating climate change, and as importantly, its impacts. Greenhouse gases, air and water pollution do not stop at borders. Our leaders in Glasgow at the COP26 recognized the fact climate change and biodiversity loss cannot be tackled by one country alone. Both the EU and India are keen on leading in the area of climate change and the clean energy transition, and on strengthening our bilateral cooperation. When it comes to trade and investment, they cannot be seen in isolation of this global challenge of mitigating climate change. It is crucial for our future and the future of our children and grandchildren to make our global supply chains more green and more resilient, also in view of global pandemics. We need to focus our collective endeavors in building a new economic paradigm towards a greener, more digital and resilient future. A greener future is a challenge, but also an opportunity for economies. The philosophy of the Green Deal is we must achieve growth and jobs through the protection of the environment, dropping unsustainable patterns from production, supply chain more sustainable. Business, including small and medium enterprises, are called to develop innovative green and sustainable solutions. In like the partnerships on clean energy and climate, circular economy, as well as smart and sustainable urbanization, which will all bring opportunities for especially on both sides. Trade and investment is an important pillar of the EU and India relationship that has been growing consistently. Bilateral trade currently is close to 100 billion euros, while EU investment accounts for 11% of total investment flows into India last year. However, given the size of our respective economies, the untapped potential is much more in both trade and investment. A comparison of EU's investment in India with that of Brazil corroborates this point. EU investment in Brazil is more than 4 times that of investment in India. There is definitely more than that we can do. But here we also have to acknowledge that our bilateral trade suffers from a number of trade and investment barriers which may have impeded EU-India trade and investment ties reaching its. It is therefore our mutual interest to further strengthen the EU-India bilateral economic and trade relations and address the existing market access issues collectively. The package of outcomes at our leaders meeting in May this year reflect the importance of this relation. At that meeting in May, first, our leaders decided to resume the negotiations for a balanced, ambitious, comprehensive, and mutually beneficial trade agreement. As an important condition, both sides will also seek to address long-standing market access issues ahead of resuming negotiations. Second, our leaders agreed to launch negotiations on a standalone investment protection agreement. The EU is one investor in India. Agree send a signal to global investors, assuring them of liberty and policy. As the third point, we also start nation with the group geographical indications. Fourth, namely that we believe in a multilateral and rules-based trading system. Therefore, I'm particularly happy that our leaders agreed to set up an India-EU sphere of dialogue to deepen bilateral cooperation on WTO issues. Fifth, we agreed to create joint working groups to deepen our engagement on regulatory creation, including green and digital technologies and on resilient supply chains, to also build on the experience we have gained from the COVID pandemic. All these working groups serve as an important platform to address our businesses face from both and to further strengthen the European is now towards implementing initiatives. This is considerable preparatory work in consultations with our member states, with our industry and businesses. And unleashing the full potential of EU-India bilateral trade relationship, particularly needed now, in the wake of the COVID, when issues pertaining to security and global supply chains have come to the fore. The EU and India can work together in this respect as like democracies. In fact, the evolving scenario left by shifting supply chains presents an opportunity for European companies and Indian companies to explore new business perspectives. However, India isn't alone in offering an alternative manufacturing base. India will have to compete with other regional players who are also looking for a share in shifting supply chains. And this also applies to Europe. For us to fully tap that potential, a transparent and predictable regulatory and business environment is a crucial element, not only to attract investment, but to retain it year after year. And finally, I would like to say a word about another key sector I see, namely India partnership in the strategy future. In this context, I would like to mention the high-level EU-India Digital Investment Forum planned to occur in the coming months. The EU-India Task Force on Artificial Intelligence, collaboration on quantum performance computing, other to sum up, there is tremendous potential in EU-India economic and trade relations. The EU-India Leaders meeting allowed us to agree on the prior and enforcement. The time is right, and we need to seize the opportunity for this renewed momentum. India and EU now need to work together to emerge stronger and better from the current challenges. Thank you very much for your attention, and happy Diwali to everyone.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sepan Nurmi. Happy Diwali to you too. And what a wonderful recollection of what's been happening and what are the possibilities touching right from the importance of climate change to sustainable supply chains, all the way to the difference India can create in digital futures and building the digital environments. And we do like the point you stressed about the opportunities that are there for SME sector in India. And thanks a lot for your time, sir. If your time permits, please stay on for a little while so that you can listen to our young leaders as well. Thank you very much. Thanks once again, Mr. Sepanorman. I would now like to invite Mr. Soren Gaye, member of European Parliament and chairman of European Parliament EU Delegation for Relations with India, to deliver his message.
Dear colleagues and dear friends, first of all, I would like to thank you for this invitation and the opportunity to attend and share my message here during the announcement of the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders list compiled by Indian Center for Business and Industry. As the chairman for the European Parliament's delegation for relations with India, it's a big honor for me to congratulate young leaders in the European Union-Indian corridor who are doing great work in promoting relations between India and the European Union. EuropeIndia40, an initiative of the EICBI, which is in its third year to discover top 40 under 40 Europe-Indian leaders, covers the story of young leaders and their contributions in promoting European Union-India relations and UK-India relations. During this discussion, I would like to look at the future with hope as India and EU gets ready to celebrate 60 years of diplomatic relations in the year 2022. There is a need to unleash the potential for more trade between India and the European Union over the next few years. Now, the European Union is India's largest trading partner, but India is only the European Union's 10th largest trading partner. Therefore, I believe that this provides a huge potential for European companies in India who are keen to tap opportunities in the Indian market. I would also like to highlight the fact that global trade has increased the living standard for all and will still be one of the main drivers of the much needed growth for all of us. Therefore, the trade between India and the European Union will not only benefit the relations between both, but will give the European companies a greater opportunity to enter the Indian market. India shares many values with the European Union, which makes India seem like a natural partner for the European Union. The outcome of the EU-Indian summit in May, held at Portugal between the European Union and India, have also added a new chapter in relations between the two largest democracies in the world. The fact that two sides met in their first ever EU plus 20 leaders meeting format were not just the European Commission and Council, but also 27 European heads of states of governments were present to meet with Indian Prime Minister Modi, virtually sent out a clear political message of the importance Indian and EU attached to their partnership. The extension of this rarely used format to India signals the importance Brussels now attaches to the EU-India partnership. The European Union and India need to work closely to achieve a climate-neutral economy, given that India produces many of the goods that the rest of the world relies on, which naturally has a huge impact on global emissions, along with its sheer size of the population. This provides an opportunity for those EU companies to explore working with Indian companies to promote and sell green and climate-neutral solutions. The European Union recognizes the opportunities in India, and the next generation of leaders are the ones who need to take forward the work done by the current generations of leaders. I'm glad that the European Indian Center for Business and Industry has recognized this aspect and a list like EuropeIndia40 Leaders list help young leaders to showcase their work to a wider audience. Once again, I would like to congratulate the 2021 class of European Indian 40 Leaders. I wish you all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Hi, Sajid. Is there a glitch?
No, Arun, I think it's I guess I think you can
For European Center for Business Industry list, fitting the diplomatic relationships between European Union and India. I would now invite Girish Vishwanath, Business Officer of Jojo Day, to come on board and present their company's journey from India to Europe, UK, and rest of the world. Over to you, Mr. Girish Vishwanath.
Thank you, Arun. My pleasure and our privilege to be, participating at this event and presenting our credentials as Zozo Day. That's how we pronounce us. I have a short presentation that I'd like to walk you through to kind of showcase our journey, our company's credentials, what our journey in Europe has been so far. If you just give me a minute, I've got it now. Sorry about that.
All yours, Girish. You have about less than 10 minutes, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you again for the privilege, to present to this audience, and congratulations once again to all the 40 under 40 leaders who are here in this forum. Just wanted to give you a brief glimpse about Zozo Day, the organization, what we do, what our journey in Europe has been so far. So we are essentially a rewards and incentives platform, and the way we like to see ourselves is that we help our customers or clients or enterprises to succeed by looking at the most valuable, resource, which is really the human potential. So how do we do that? Essentially, we are a company that is in the rewards, incentives, and payout space. We currently are targeting a $1 trillion market, and this really breaks down by looking at the delivery of rewards and incentives across different what we call as use cases. Now, whether it is a consumer, or for consumer acquisition, or for advocacy, or for referrals, or for loyalty, or in an employee use case, for rewarding employees who are the most vital constituents within any enterprise, that's focusing on being successful, or it's your channel, which is really your partners who are part of your ecosystem, who are going out there and representing your organization, or for that matter, even for companies that are, operating in which is, they're working for payouts, to give workers. Even those companies are using rewards and incentives today. And this market really is a fairly sizable market that we are currently focused on. And how we are doing that is today we're looking at multiple pain points within an enterprise that we are looking at addressing from a rewards standpoint. One, we try and simplify the entire process of automating rewards inside the organization, right? So we help alignment with business goals and KPIs. So rewards can be automated based on achievement of, say, for example, key milestones and goals within the organization. We also look at simplifying or removing inefficiencies with respect to automation of rewards when it comes to having multiple vendors to distribute these rewards, having calculations or any manual errors in terms of the distribution of the rewards themselves, calculation and distribution of the rewards themselves. We are also looking at ways in which we can make sure that these are immediately disbursed. Today, as an organization, we are largely digital focused. We use artificial intelligence in a fair bit in order to ensure that a lot of the underlying processes with respect to distribution of rewards is completely automated and the payouts are almost instantaneous. We also look at expanding the scope for an enterprise, not limiting them into a certain geography. So today we look at a global, we offer enterprises a global rewards catalog. And this really sort of removes any, any challenges for an enterprise in order to disburse rewards to a global workforce as well. The way we are currently, our entire stack or platform is structured is that we have a horizontal rewards infrastructure. I'd like to go bottom up and explain this schematic on the slide very quickly. Today we have, just like I was saying on the earlier slide, we have a global reward catalog, which comprises of multiple gift cards and experiences and perks and discounts from multiple vendors from across the globe, which is really the backbone of the entire stack. On top of that, we use, through the use of cloud technology and by creating, the right kind of infrastructure, technology infrastructure, we are able to distribute and automate the delivery of these rewards. And we do that also by looking at, various aspects of reward distribution. For example, this includes personalizing the rewards, for, hundreds of thousands of employees even, being able to set budgets for them in terms of knowing how much to distribute based on what event, and also taking away the entire pain associated with conversion of currencies or identifying who that goes to and when by creating the right kind of rules and infrastructure for it. And right on top is where we've really built out what we refer to as our application stack. So depending on which channel or who the target group within an enterprise is, whether it's your customers, it's your channel, or it's your employees, we have created specific applications to help the enterprise to actually disburse these rewards to these different constituents. What we've also done as part of this journey is we have integrated rewards within the workflow inside an enterprise. Now, this means touching various applications at the enterprise level. It could be, customer engagement tools like a survey tool that you use to understand what your customers' net promoter score is, or it could be a CRM tool that you use to probably measure, exactly at which all touch points you're interacting with your customers. So we have integrated to a set of native applications today, which sit inside every single large enterprise, ranging from SAP SuccessFactors on the HRMS side to a Qualtrics or a SurveyMonkey, which an enterprise would use, for surveys, or even a Salesforce or a HubSpot for CRM today. So essentially, the idea is to make rewards as ubiquitous inside the enterprise as possible without having to, bear the entire pain of bringing in and integrating each time to different applications. We today believe that Zozo Day is to rewards what Stripe is to payments. And what we've evolved is a very simple model today. As far as our revenue model is concerned, where we made it very simple for any enterprise to onboard and start using our platform. One of the things is we have a pay-as-you-go model where we've got a percentage of reward revenue distributed, plus SaaS revenue, which is really the model that we work on today, which has helped us also in reaching a number of companies and organizations, not just across the globe, but in Europe and in UK as well. I talked earlier about some of the different products that we have built on top of this software stack that we really have. I'd like to briefly talk about 3 of them. The first one is Impulse, which is employee recognition and reward, and it's really a tool that we felt was the need of the hour, especially as employers need to distribute and create a culture of giving within the enterprise, right? It also helps in recognizing peers, distributing rewards to peers, as well as ensuring that everyone in the enterprise has a sense of well-being when it comes to overall rewards and recognition. The second product within our repertoire is really now this is more on the channel side, where we effectively help
That's completed. You can change it to complete.
So we've got so Compass essentially helps any organization or enterprise set up goals and create a gamified experience for their channel and their salespeople. So essentially, it helps you to look at different ways of gamifying the experience for the users, setting up goals, setting up different kinds of measures that can be linked to achievement of those goals, and distribution of the incentives in an automated way. Today, widely popular in the insurance space and used by a number of organizations across India and overseas as well. The third platform or product that we have is called Plum. This is really the foundation of our stack, and it's really where all the reward aggregation as well as distribution happens. If you look at today, we impact the entire sales funnel, whether it is acquisition of customers to activation of those customers, building in rewards for at each stage of the sales funnel, and ensuring that the overall consumer journey for an enterprise is actually one where rewards is helping to move the consumer further down the funnel and enriching the overall customer journey as well. These are just a few examples of some of the clients that we've worked with, some of the rewards that we distribute today on our platform, some global brands today, as you can see right there. And we also help, like I was describing earlier, with complete automation of the rewards infra as well. And essentially, it helps to distribute these rewards across the organization and notify users across different channels. That brings me to the part of the presentation where I'd like to briefly touch upon the work that we've currently done. We today work with well over 50 clients in EU and UK. This is a roster of clients that we have built today over a period of time. And this from our company based in India, we've really been fortunate to expand our footprint. I would say some great names on this list. And clients who continue to endorse us for the business that we do with them. They use us as their primary distributor. We've also been focusing on expanding our presence. We do that through an active participation in the region. We've been at a number of events and very visible in the EU and the UK startup communities. We go to a number of events which are essentially around the rewards industry, which are very specific to but also look at participating in tech events that help us to gain visibility and also establish a presence in these markets. We've also got a registered office in Ireland for our presence in the region. We're looking to open an office in the UK and hire a team there as well very soon, hopefully. And have plans in motion on that front as well. Today, we look at, there are multiple levers today on which we kind of focus our business. One of them is to fulfill a huge digital supply for rewards today, which was accelerated, of course, owing to the pandemic. And we continue to build on that momentum. We're also looking at multiple growth categories and opportunities where we have industry use cases specific to the kind of integrations that we have already built. So whether it is HRMS or channel use case, or even a sales use case where we are helping to disburse rewards for an enterprise consumers. We are looking at multiple such growth opportunities to expand our presence. We use the integrations that we have already built in order to grow our relationships. SAP SuccessFactors amongst them is one of the largest relationships that we have within the region. We continue to grow that business as well. And we are open and looking at forging new partnerships as well to help us expand and grow in the EU and UK markets. We have a product first approach. We've really invested in building out the technology and making sure that we are able to deliver seamlessly, regardless of where we are based. and we hope to continue on that footing. We have a fairly sizable client base today, and also we've been fortunate to be able to expand into the clients that we've really been able to acquire. By that I mean that, you know, if we sorry, was there a question?
No, Girish, please continue. A request for rest of the audiences to please be on mute. Girish will be finishing in about a minute now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Girish.
Yeah, so I just already mentioned this. We have a large client base and we look at expanding using a point of entry into that client base. We have a very experienced team. Today, we support clients across different time zones across the globe. And you know, this is one of the main foundations on which we've been able to acquire a large number of customers. A quick, you know, summary of what of the kind of companies that we work with today. We are acquiring clients at a very fast pace. In fact, the number that you see mentioned here of 50 plus clients every month is already, you know, paling in comparison, because we just hit our largest month and we did fairly well. So whether it is direct clients, loyalty companies, or, you know, integration partners, today we have close to 1,200 plus global clientele, 2 million plus end users, with 40% of our revenue coming from international markets, and some of the largest, you know, Fortune 500 clients within our kitty. Extremely fortunate once again to be presenting to this forum. We are very eager to participate and partner with companies that would be interested in having a conversation with us, and look forward to, you know, congratulating all the 40 under 40 winners today at this forum. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Girish. What an amazing presentation. And you're working for the well-being of the employees of all your clients, and you're also creating jobs, new jobs every month and year on year. Wishing you a larger and bigger set of successes.
Thanks.
Thank you, Girish. Please stay on for the rest of the program, and there might be a few questions. I would now like to invite Mr. Sandro Gozzi, member of European Parliament from France, member of EU delegation for relations with India from European Parliament, and also former Undersecretary for European Affairs of the Italian government. Mr. Sandro Gozzi, message.
This marks the 60th anniversary of EU-India diplomatic relations. Only a couple of numbers to remind us where we come from. India represents a large and dynamic market with an annual GDP growth rate of around 6% before the pandemic. The EU is India's largest trading partner, the second largest destination for Indian exports, and the largest foreign investor in India. There are around 6,000 European companies in India, representing millions of direct and indirect jobs in a wide range of sectors. This is the reality. India and the European Union, in fact, represent the two largest democracies on the planet. The EU-India strategic partnership shall be based on shared principles and values of democracy, freedom, rule of law, equal opportunities, respect for human rights and minorities, aiming and delivering concrete benefits for the people in the EU and in India. Apart from the deepening, very necessary, of trade relations, the EU and India will support clean energy transition, circular economy, and above all, the respect for human rights. The presidency of the G20, which will be assumed by India in 2023, bases its work on these principles and these policies, consolidating New Delhi's desire to cooperate more strongly with the European Union and, of course, with other partners on the global scene. The Porto Summit, which took place in May, brought India and the European Union even closer together. The need for a stronger economic, political, and cultural relationship between the two blocs, Europe and India, led to the reopening of negotiations on three crucial treaties: a free trade agreement, an investment protection agreement, and a treaty on the protection of geographic indications, and these are fundamental for our bilateral trade relations. I'm sure the stronger trade relations will reinforce the other dimensions of our strategic partnership. It is in our common, and I would say shared interest. On this occasion, I would like to wish you good luck for the upcoming activities of Europe-India Centers for Business and Industry. And in particular, I congratulate the third edition of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. In the globalized world of the 21st century, we need enterprising young people who know, with their ideas and their work, to open new physical and intangible paths capable of connecting the Indian subcontinent and the European continent as never before. The second year of the EU-India Association has just started. The association was created with the aim of bringing together the business, cultural and institutional spheres of the two largest democracies in the world. That is why we decided indeed to build up a diverse and competent membership composed of representatives of national and European Parliament, affirmed businessmen and businesswomen, of course, academics, and representatives of the civil society. We will focus on three crucial topics, in our view, for the deepening of our partnership: climate change, gender equality, and the digital transition. The strengthening of these three dimensions will favor the emergence of a wide international coalition of democracies aiming at placing some fundamental values at the heart of the process of globalization and, in general, of the new global relationship. This is my wish. Count on me for this common behavior. Thank you very much again.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sandro Gozzi, and we will count on you definitely. And thank you for highlighting the three crucial topics of climate change, gender equality, and digital transition. And as you have highlighted, this next year will be the 60 years of diplomatic relationships between European Union and India. So I would now invite Mrs. Sujit Nair, Chairperson of EuropeIndia Center for Business and Industry, to do the logo launch of EU-India 60 campaign. Sujit? You have to unmute, Sujit.
Yeah. Thank you, Arun. In the year 2022, India and the EU will celebrate 60 years of diplomatic relations. So in order of establishment of diplomatic relation between the India and EU, Europe-India Center for Business Industry is planning to organize a series of celebratory activities through the EU-India 60 campaign, which will be announced over the next couple of months. We are glad to welcome Mr. Sandro Gozzi, who just spoke now, who just shared his message, the member of European Parliament and the European Parliament and the member of the European Parliament's delegation for relations with India as a chairman of the EU-India 60 committee. The co-chair for the EU-India 60 committee will be Mr. Jeffrey Van Orden, who was the member of European Parliament from UK and was also the previous chairman for relations. So the other members of the EU-India 60 committee will include leaders from EU, India, and UK, alongside EuropeIndia40 leaders, which we are going to shortly notify over the next few days. The Europe-India Center for Business Industry is now glad to launch the logo of our Europe-India 60 campaign. Thanks, Arun. Arun, you can take it forward from here.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And what a day it's been. So many good messages and blessings. And now it's time for the crucial announcements and introduction of the EuropeIndia40 top 40 under 40 leaders list. And I would request Sujit once again to please call upon the names of the leaders so that each one of the leader and the potential leader will come on board and give a brief 1 or 2 minute message on what they feel and what their intent to create further impact in the future of EU-India relationship is. So we would be calling the names alphabetically. So thanks a lot for being online with us today. Looking forward to the names. Over to you, Sujit.
Yeah, Sujit, 1 second. Is Nicholas still there? Nicholas? I think he's gone, Paul. Yeah, Sujit, go ahead. Sorry.
Thanks, Arun. Thanks for that. So it's my pleasure to start the process of inducting the 2021 class of leaders to the EuropeIndia40 network. The leaders are going to be called, as Arun mentioned, the leaders are going to be called in the alphabetical order, as that which is the website in the web page, which was shared with all the leaders. So there's a strong possibility that I might not get the correct pronunciation of the last name. So apologies. So that's the reason I'll probably be calling out the first name of the leaders. So after the announcement of the leader, the leader will be given 2 minutes to share more details about their work. To begin with, possibility that a few of the leaders are confirmed might not be here. In case we miss out a leader, calling of a leader, the leader comes back at a later time, we would intake them towards the end of the list. To start with, initially, it's my pleasure to induct Ada from Poland to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Ida. This is your certificate.
Miss Ada, can you?
Ida, you're here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sujit, and I'm really grateful for the nomination. I appreciate to be one of the leaders and be part of the group of 2021 class. My name is Ada Dendo, and I'm from Poland. Currently, I work at European Business and Technology Center based in New Delhi. I support European companies, and I'm in charge of the internationalization process and strengthen Europe-India corridor. Before, I used to be for more than 3 years. For 3 years, I've been head of Polish trade office, and I've been living in Mumbai, supporting Polish business, supporting Polish companies to enter India. I'm happy I helped Polish companies, and I strengthened the business relations between these two countries. But I'm more than happy to strengthen right now Europe-India business relations. And I'm really looking forward to work with all of you who do also an amazing job in this field, who've been in India, who've been working on strengthening the relations for so many years. I'm really happy to meet you all, and I hope we'll be in contact and looking forward to working with you in the future. And I hope we will make a great projects together and I hope to meet you all in India, where I'm based for many years. Please be welcome here and let me know whenever you are here, or if you are here already. It will be a pleasure to meet you in person and not like we are used to it right now in the COVID times, only online. It would be great to meet you. Thank you again for organizing that event and also inviting me to be part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ada. The certificate is going to be uploaded to the drive, and we'll be sharing the certificate with all the leaders post the announcement today. Now, it's my pleasure to induct Anna to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Anna. This is your certificate. Anna, are you here? I don't see Anna here. So we go to the next leader. It's my pleasure to induct to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Alexandros. Do we see Alexandros here? I don't see Alexandros here. So we go to the next one. EICBI, it's a pleasure for me to induct Astrid to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Astrid. This is your certificate. Astrid, I see you here. Can you speak? Are you here, Astrid?
Oh,
yeah,
hi.
I see you there.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for this invitation. It was a really nice surprise. So my name is Astrid Johansson, and I live in Stockholm, in Sweden. And I initiated a non-profit organization that is called the Nordic India Innovation. It was actually because of, I came back to Sweden because of COVID in March 2020. I was doing an internship in Delhi at the Swedish Chamber of Commerce. And I felt like the Nordic public needs to know more about the potential in India in business and innovation. So hence that is our mission and purpose. And we arrange, since March this year, we have arranged startup and tech community events with a mission to inspire and to increase the innovation and business network between young professionals and students in the Nordic countries and in India, but also to elevate and educate the Nordic public on the potential that really is in India. So I'm just waiting until it's safe again to travel again, and then I will be back in India for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Astrid. Thank you for sharing a brief note about your work. It's my pleasure to induct Oxel to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Oxel. This is your certificate. Oxel, I guess I did see you around. Can you come online?
Let's see if you
We can hear you. Relax.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, it's a great pleasure to be on the list and also to join you all today. Hi from Stockholm, everyone. I was, let's see here. Yeah, there are some technical issues here. Sorry for this. Anyway, I'm basically a think tanker based in Stockholm, and I work as a PhD candidate in international relations at Stockholm University, and I'm also an associate fellow with the Swedish Institute of International Affairs, and I've been working on EU-India relations in terms of like research, but also the think tank side. So I'm interested in both scholarship, but also forward-looking analysis, and have produced a couple of reports and presented recommendations to the EU delegation directly, but also to NFAs through my reporting. In a very time where global restructuring is happening, where both Europe increasingly understands the value of the connection with India, and also India and revisits and understands the importance of the relationship with Europe, primarily based on global geopolitics, but also because of mutual understanding of the trade relations and the growing importance of both India and the European Union in the global arena in terms of the policy side. I, of course, also have some ideas for the future, where both in terms of research, but in terms of policy, I think there's a massive importance going forward for the cooperation on climate action, notably in regards to the International Solar Alliance, where we have seen that 8 member states have joined the International Solar Alliance. There's a growing understanding and a growing interest in Europe to engage with India through this new visionary platform. So I will keep a focus on that, but I will also keep a focus on green technologies. And I think there's a need for a new global platform here that I hope to see in the future, namely a global green hydrogen alliance. This is still an idea in the making. It has been presented by an Indian think tank led by Aruna Baghosh, and I totally support that idea and hope to see that in the future. So we can reconvene in a couple of years and see whether that has become reality. And I'm looking forward to cooperate with all of you and to hopefully see you in person very soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Axel. Now we go to the next leader. It's my pleasure to induct Karis to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Karis. This is your certificate.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone.
Yes, I can hear. We can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm Kari Sienko from the River to River Florence Indian Film Festival. So I'm from Florence. Actually, I'm the direction assistant of the festival. The festival is organized by the Cultural Association River to River. And our goal, as the name says, is to bring from the main Indian River Ganges to the Arno, the river of Florence, the Indian culture. So we promote Indian culture through the film. And our festival is an annual appointment, and the Indian Embassy in Italy patrons this event every year. Next festival will be right now in December, from the 3rd December, and we arrived at the 21st year, so we are very happy. I have been in the festival since the 2017, and my job is selecting the films that are feature and short films and documentaries that come from India, but they come from all the world as well. They are related to India in some way. So what we do is try to bring the true India in Italy, and considering also the Italian audience, that it's a little bit different from the others. And we succeed until now, and we are sure that we'll do in the future. We had a lot of fabulous guests, and we will have as well this year. So for the future, we have really, we are very hopeful, and we hope that you will enjoy as well this event, because really usually audience is very happy and emotional, and as well the guests that when it's possible they come. There are directors, producers, actors. We had Amitabh Bachchan, Irfan Khan in the past. And so our goal is to be a vehicle between India and Italy with the amazing art that it's cinema. So thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope you see you all personally. Thank you.
Thank you, Karis. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Professor Devi Sridhar to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Professor Devi. This is your certificate. I don't see Professor Devi here, so we'll go to our next leader. It's my pleasure to induct Professor Dhanashree to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Dhanashree. This is your certificate. I do see Dhanashree around. Dhanashree, are you here?
I don't think she's here.
I don't think she's here. Okay. So we go to our next leader. It's my pleasure to induct Dominic to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Dominic. This is your certificate. Dominic, I see you around. I didn't see you here.
Good morning, Sujit.
Hello, Dominic.
Good morning. Thank you very much for this great honour. It's been my absolute pleasure to work in the UK-India diplomatic sphere for nearly 10 years now. I believe that the UK and India absolutely are natural friends, natural bedfellows, natural allies, and that over the years, that relationship can only deepen and improve and progress far further than we have it today, and deepen in many areas. That doesn't mean in a simplistic way looking for just a kind of a full free trade deal tomorrow. It means sector specific deals. It means a cultural sort of evolutionship, and it means coming much further than we have from the sort of historical relationship based on exploitation, and instead move to a historical a future historical relationship based on mutual reliance, friendship, and allyship around the globe, with shared security aims as well in the world. Thank you, Sujit.
Thank you, Dom. Sujit, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Emily to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Emily. This is your certificate. So Emily has sent a video message as she was not able to join for the day today. So we're just going to play her message.
Hi, my name is Emily Verbund. I'm the director of Dutch Basecamp and project member of the EuropeIndia40 Center, and we are a community of Euro-Indian ecosystem builders, and we support mature startups, European scale-ups to create a strategic network and to successfully enter the Indian market. And we are very dedicated to helping European startups to succeed and also to prepare well for the Indian market. So should you know any companies, any startups from Europe that should attend our trainings, that should attend our programs, please let us know. It's a European Commission funded project running for 3 years. And I'm very happy to be nominated now because of this role. So have fun today. Unfortunately, I can't be there, but I hope you're having a blast today. And keep up the good work. Bye-bye.
Next, it's my pleasure to induct Flo to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40. Congratulations, Flo. Flo, I see you here.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Sujit, thank you so much. My commendations to you and your team for putting this together. Thank you so much for making me part of this batch as well of this wonderful people. My name is Flo. I'm the founder of EuropeIndia40 Innovations. I'm greeting you from Shillong, Meghalaya, in the northeast of India. This is where I live. And what we do with EuropeIndia40 Innovations is we focus on venture creation as well as social impact projects and sustainability projects in the EU-India corridor. So that means for European businesses, for European startups, and so on and so on. So some projects that we are doing, for example, we work here in Meghalaya with the government of Meghalaya in building the entrepreneurship ecosystem in the state. So we are responsible for that. We are also working with the EU delegation in India on a project related to biodiversity. Specifically, biodiversity means business. So how can you link up these two seemingly very, very different topics to work together well and promote and restore and conserve biodiversity? So along those lines, we work on different sectors like clean tech, biodiversity, and various other topics related to the sustainability sector. So I'm looking forward to getting to know many here in this batch. And thanks a lot once again. Take care.
Thank you, Flo. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Ghanshyam to the 2021 class of Europe India 40 Leaders. Congratulations, Ghanshyam. This is your certificate. Ghanshyam, I see you here.
Hi, Sujit. Good morning and good afternoon to everyone in India as well as across the globe. First of all, many thanks to Sujit, to the entire team for putting up such a fantastic program year on year. I think the consistency with which the team has been working over the years is really marvelous. And we really look forward to working with you and the entire team. Hugely honored to be a part of this list of fantastic leaders across EU-India corridor. I work as a director for the West Midlands India Partnership, which is a special purpose vehicle to connect the West Midlands region in the UK with India. Our strategy, of course, has been to get investments, trade, get Indian students, work with some of the leading Indian companies like Jaguar Land Rover, TVS, Hero, to have a presence in the West Midlands region, but also to go beyond the transaction relationship and build a strong connect from diaspora, from culture, literature, music and arts perspective with India. In terms of my priorities for the next 5 to 10 years, I am working on the Commonwealth Games, which are scheduled to happen in our region in Birmingham. And I welcome all of you to come down and be a part of this excellent event, which will happen next year in summertime. But the intent also will be how much can we, how I can get India and the West Midlands together, and of course, across the UK in terms of the various platforms of collaborations, inclusivity, which is most important, climate change, which is again, another big thing that we're working on. And then, of course, in terms of getting the diaspora together as ambassadors, which can bring peace, which can bring more development and a win-win situation on both the sides. So an absolute honor to be amongst all of you and be selected. And I thank Sujit and the entire team once again for putting up such a grand program. All the very best.
Thank you, Ghanshyam. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Jobin to the 2021 class of Europe India 40 Leaders. Congratulations, Jobin. This is your certificate.
Hi, everyone. Hope you can hear me. Thank you, Sujit, and the team for the gesture. It's wonderful to see also people from my network here. So just to quickly mention, I live in Heidelberg in Germany, and I've been working across startups and innovators. In this context, I do work with German Indian Business Forum. So maybe you might have noticed Siddharth from German Indian Business Forum was one of the leaders last time, where we specifically support startups to provide access to impact networkers or high-level network. Also, we were doing some COVID relief program in earlier part of this year. Also, the German startup change program have been organized as from 2020. You might just yeah. In India, a lot of opportunities, especially focusing on innovation and sustainable future. I think that this fields or working towards this field would be the true answer for everyone. And I think are becoming the pillars of Indo-EU strategic partnership, and they will guide the future course of this relation. To sum it up, I would like to wish luck to the team and all leaders for their wonderful work. I see that there's a lot of potential to going ahead. Thank you once again.
Next, it's my pleasure to induct Julian to the 2021 class of Europe India 40 Leaders. Congrats, this is your certificate.
Thank you so much, Sujit. And pleasure to be here today. Thanks a lot to the whole team for making this possible, for nominating me today. I would like to share a bit about my work. I've been working on the EU-India Innovation Corridor since 2015. My first encounter was with T-Hub in Hyderabad. So I lived and worked there as part of one of the larger ecosystems of the country, building it from ground up with a mission to catch up with Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai. And I came back from this work in 2019, working on Germany and helping German startups to enter the Indian market. And luckily, with the support of the European Commission, we are now expanding this work of Europe. And I already heard my colleague Emily talking about the EU-India Innovation Center earlier. And that's the work that we are exploring right now. It is a full work to bring all these innovation from Europe to India. We focus on things like climate and clean energy, health and mobility, and that's what's driving the work for me every day. Once again, I feel very honored to be receiving this award. But most importantly, I would like to dedicate this award to everyone who's been on this path with me, trusting me to do. Everyone here in the with some of them I've already worked, and I hope for everyone else that we have this ahead of us and we can work more closely together between the leaders of this group. Very much, Sujit and team. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, Julian. It's my pleasure to induct Carolese to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia Leaders. Congratulations, this is your certificate. Carolese, apologies to not be able to attend this. So we could leader. It's my pleasure to induct Krupa to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Krupa. This is your certificate. Krupa, are you here? I don't think Krupa has joined. So to the next leader. It's my pleasure to induct Lakshmi to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Lakshmi. This is your certificate. Lakshmi is traveling, so she's not been able to attend this ceremony. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Lara to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia Leaders. Congratulations, Lara. This is your certificate.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lara. Thank you so much to Sujit and team for organizing this fabulous event. I'm very honored, like everybody else, to be part of this great team of EU-India leaders, and I would be looking forward to meet some of you. I'm currently based in Brussels, so I'm very happy if anybody Israel if you want to contact me. Myself, I'm a researcher, and for most of my academic career, I've been working on India PhD, where I was looking into the Indian and the European approach to peace operations. And something that I always saw while doing research, but also with interviews of practitioners, was that there's still a bit of lack of understanding on both sides. And so one of my aims in the next annual is that I definitely want to continue research on India, and of course also just raise the awareness or increase more knowledge on India and among the Union. I'm currently now moving a bit away from research, and I'm now myself with the EU's External Action Service. I'm working here on the Afghanistan desk at the moment, so I'm not directly working on India, But of course, working on Afghanistan, once again, you can see the great overlaps when it comes to the approach to Afghanistan between India and the European Union. India has been the largest regional donor in Afghanistan, donated over $3 billion to Afghanistan, and the EU and its member states is one of the largest donors in Afghanistan, and they're very similar in their approach to the country. So I feel what this shows is that not only in their bilateral relations, but also when it comes to the approach internationally to other countries, there's a lot of overlaps. And so working now for the EU directly, I obviously hope to bring forward the EU-Indian strategic partnership in the future in my current role. Thank you.
Thank you, Lara. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Lawrence to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Lawrence. This is your certificate.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah,
my name is.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Congratulations with organizing this wonderful event. I'm very honored to be nominated. My name is Laurens van Haafden. I'm in the past 4 years, I've been a researcher at Leuven, and now I'm situated in the Netherlands again, in the University of Groningen. I focus on the dimension in higher educational development, and recently several pieces on India and Europe, and also in the forthcoming years, I hope to address pitfalls, obstacles, to emphasize the huge that there is in fostering higher education cooperation between these blocks. Yeah, I think to see you all or in life.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Surely looking forward to meeting you. Yeah, Sujit, Lawrence, one half just.
Thanks, Lawrence. I think we lost you there. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Manoj to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Manoj. This is your certificate.
I hope. Hello, everyone. Honored to be part of this list, and thanks for this nomination, EIC team, and putting trust on a growing startup like us. I'm the co-founder of Enrich Online Services Private Limited. We are a company based out of Bangalore. We are a fintech SaaS company solving the problems around rewards, benefits, incentives, and payouts at a global scale. Today, a team of around 300 employees with offices in Ireland, US, and Singapore. We help companies to improve their revenues, productivity, and performance with our incentive gamification and engagement products for their employees or for their sales or channel partners. The fintech is witnessing innovation and digital disruption, and we are very part of this entire disruption at a global scale. We are working in the EU and UK market. We have an office in Ireland, and really looking forward to expand our operation. I'm looking from this diverse set of people in this group. Look forward to learn from each one of you and in person as well. And then thank Sujit and Arun for putting giving this interview.
Next, it's my pleasure to. Next, Congratulations.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Mina Cristiana from Bucharest, Romania. I'm very deeply honored to thank you very much for nominating me this event. I'm very happy to be here. It's the first time I'm able to be here with you. And I want to tell you that I am a singer and voiceover. From 2018, I was representing Since then, I started to make a lot of production, like Zara Zara with Bollywood remix with DJ Dark, and then last year with Delhi Suborkan. So in this way, I started to study more music, and actually now I'm studying also a lot of Varas to improve. I'm very attached to the Indian culture because I'm also doing audiobooks about Gandhi, about Bhagavad Gita, about Indian recipes from the kitchen. I also have done, and I also been supporting about from His Excellency, the Ambassador of India in Romania, Mr. Rahul, who I made an interview about the Indian culture in Romania. And my aim is to promote the music of India in Romania through music and books and about the cultural side. And hopefully that in the next future, I will be able to visit India and also having concerts there. So I'll be glad to connect you and meet you on LinkedIn. On my YouTube channel, you find my songs in Hindi, and hopefully that you like it. Thank you very much for everything, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Meena. Next, it's my pleasure, Mikhail, 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Mikhail. This is your certificate.
Hi, everyone. Am I coming through?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
well, first off, thank you to Sujit and Arun and the team for putting this together. Again, like I think everybody here, very honored to be selected. Not sure if it's deserved, but I'll take it. And I'll do as Julian did, dedicated to the people that I've been working with, who've been, you can say, launching the initiatives focused on India that I'm a part of now. I work with a nonprofit called Asia House, where we currently have several projects, one of them focused on India, called Nordin, an SME platform helping Danish SMEs venture into India and gain success at the Indian market across all kinds of sectors and industries. This year we have 24 companies that we work with. We were tomorrow actually supposed to travel to India. That trip has been postponed till the end of November, but we'll be traveling for about a week to Bangalore and Delhi as well. So if anybody's present in Bangalore or Delhi in that time, please do let me know. And we were asked, I think, in the beginning to highlight some of the ambitions and wishes that we see for the next 10 years within our work and our, you can say, our commitment to India. And I would say, following the line of several of you and several of the speakers, that we need to collaborate much better than we have been in the past. We are definitely seeing more intensive collaboration focused on India and EU. So I'm super happy to see this initiative growing. We have, from a Danish side, I can say, I spent politically as well as within the industry to strengthen the relationship. We had our PM travel to India just earlier in October, which is a great initiative for putting a focus on India and keeping India in the forefront of Danish business people's minds, as well as politicians. So I'm super excited. And if anybody can see some collaboration opportunities with Danish companies or Nordic companies for that matter, please do let me know, and I'm always happy to connect and see what we can do to grow this relationship between India and EU. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mikhail. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Nicola to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Nicola. This is your certificate. Nicola, are you here? Okay, we go to the next leader. It's my pleasure to induct Nidhi to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Nidhi. This is your certificate.
Thank you, Sujit. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nidhi Baplani Kapoor, head of Symbiosis Center for European Studies, which is a central internationalist focused on Europe for Symbiosis International University, which is based in the western part of India, Pune, in Maharashtra. The idea behind the center is to connect people to people, institute to institute, organization to organization with European counterparts in research, innovation, and higher education. I'm very humbled and honored to be a part of this elite list of young people who are building bridges in the India-EU and India-UK corridor. I think we all are very fortunate to be given an opportunity to make that difference in this incredible time in blooming India-EU relations, which was very aptly mentioned by Sri Alphonse Kananthaji. India and EU are true natural partners, and it's my privilege to contribute through this platform provided by EuropeIndia Center for Business and Industry, Sujit and his team, especially in the area of research and green partnership, climate action that we're all talking about, trade and investment, and a topic very close to my heart, internationalization of higher education, Erasmus programs, and all the mobility and research that supports it. I'm looking forward to meeting you all, hopefully in person, and sharing our work with the extended community in the sessions planned for the coming year. Thank you so much, and I congratulate all my fellow colleagues as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhi. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Peter to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Peter. This is your certificate.
Good afternoon. I do feel honored for being invited to this list of 40 to meet all the faces who work for promoting India's and the EU's relationship. I'm from Hungary, but to some extent I think I speak on behalf of all those scholars who teach and do research on India's languages in Europe. And as a young lecturer, an assistant lecturer in Budapest at the university, I have some students who will be definitely willing to work with Indian companies in the near future. And I am convinced that there are many more students in other universities in my network in Europe who would be happy to interact with the Indian business community in Mumbai or any other upcoming city in India. And apart from scholarly engagements, I think there is a scope for promoting translation work, also both from Indian languages into European languages, and on my part into Hungarian, but also classical Indian texts into the modern Indian languages. So I'm interested in translating Sanskrit into Hindi to make it more available for the present Indian audience. Thank you.
सागी महोदय, आप हिंदी के प्राध्यापक हो, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है इससे पहले भी काफी सारे हिंदी बोलने वाले हमारे लिस्ट में आए हैं, लेकिन आज हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब आप एक हिंदी के प्राध्यापक हो, इसीलिए मैंने सोचा आपसे हिंदी में कुछ शब्द कहूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके काम के लिए पीटर सागी।
Thank you, Peter. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Brinda to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Brinda. This is your certificate.
Thank you, Sajid ji and Aryan ji as well for inviting me today. And it's an absolute pleasure to be able to accept this award. And would like to say congratulations to all of the other members who have also received this as well. So a little bit more about me. I am Indian. I'm proud to be Indian, but was born in the UK, so proud to be British too. And one of the most wonderful things is to be able to represent both countries. So in 2017, I was elected as a councillor for Northamptonshire County Council. This was a milestone locally here, because actually it was the first Indian woman to ever have represented in 350 years. And it opened a lot of doors for me to be able to speak to and help a lot of Indians in the Indian diaspora, especially people traveling here from India, starting up businesses in the area, students coming in for MBAs, just navigating around this whole network, which can be confusing at times when you've come here. But apart from that, I also work with the university here, and one of the things the themes that have been brought up constantly today has been around climate change. And I'm leading a project on flood resilience as well, and how the impact of that with the university can help across all platforms, including India, UK, and so on. From a professional point of view, I work for a global organization which works with companies based in India and the UK and the US, working with them to try and look at their work-life balance and how they can improve policies to enable a workforce that's more productive. We have vibrant economies across UK and India. How we make those relationships better depends on how we treat our people. And having those policies in place, having the right support in place enables that. So working with think tanks, working with large organizations, getting that knowledge, feeding that back into those organizations is also a role that I play. So again, I'd like to say thank you so much for inviting me today. It's I actually feel there's so much talent on this platform, and what I've done is nothing in comparison to all the amazing work that's being done globally. But I would like to say thank you and best wishes to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Pinder. Thank you very much. Next, we will go to next. It's my pleasure to induct Prashant to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Prashant. This is your certificate. Prashant, I did see you around.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Prashant, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Good day to all listening in. Let me start out by commending you, Sujit, and your entire team at EuropeIndia Center for Business and Industry for honoring me with the position in this exclusive list. Listening to the distinguished Member of Parliament's delegates and my fellow classmates here has been inspiring. For me, having been born and brought up here in Mumbai, I went sailing very early on, and while covering 84 countries over 12 years, went on to be a captain. As you all know, the maritime industry is not bound by the confines of geographics. It is the driving force behind the global trade and is responsible for keeping the wheels of economies around the world in motion. With over 90% of the world's global trade moving on ocean-going vessels, it was also important for us to look at responsible ship recycling. And this is exactly what we at Maersk did while pioneering efforts to create a robust, responsible, and transparent ship recycling program. and thereby promoting sustainable recycling of ships to be in India. Clearly based and driven on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and the Global Compact. Next, in terms of the action areas, then clearly are the fact that we are exploring opportunities again here in India and trying to connect it to the EU Green Deal, which some of our member of parliaments refer to on decarbonizing logistics, promoting circular economy, and producing green steel in the country. We see this as a window of opportunity also for India in terms of the Maritime India vision that has been put forth by some exemplary leadership that we've had. And at this point, we aim to be a trusted advisor and invest in a relational integration approach with India and contribute towards better utilizing the coastline that we have for maritime shipping and ship recycling. Amongst other levers, there's clearly, as a Danish shipping company that we are, there is the increased focus on the India-Denmark Green Strategic Partnership, which we intend to use going forward. Another lever is the fact that having been a graduate from Copenhagen Business School and the first ambassador in India for it, is to actually use that leverage and the India-Denmark Green Strategic Partnership. But by and large, very humbled to be a part of this and also the only leader from the maritime industry to be a part of this class. But as a firm believer of continually learning, developing, empowering, and growing, it is about staying relevant in this fast-paced environment. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you all and also potentially collaborating to promote India-EU, UK-India relations. I dedicate this to my parents and my wife, Gauri, who has allowed me to be the person who I am today and tirelessly work to make the world a more inclusive place. I think we all have a responsibility to do that. Together we can win, and I root for it all the way, as you see in the background here. Have a good day, everyone. All the very best. Thank you again, and namaste.
Thank you, Prashant. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Proma to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Proma. This is your certificate. Proma, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Sujit. Hello, everyone. It is an absolute honor to be included in the EU India Young Leaders list, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the EICBI and especially Mr. Sujit Nair for selecting me to be a part of this very impressive and august gathering. I have recently submitted my PhD thesis on gender and political parties in India, and I'm part of the EU Horizon 2020 funded Global India Research Network alongside my colleagues here, Lara and Lawrence. This network is aimed at generating knowledge on the various facets of an emerging India, its society, its culture and polity, etc. So speaking of my own research, it is situated in the context of women's chronic underrepresentation at several levels of electoral and party politics in India. And so in my research, I study the institutional cultures of political parties on a comparative basis, while drawing insights on from the field of feminist institutionalism and feminist institutionalist literature in Europe. So I've also authored several public pieces, several peer-reviewed publications on women political leaders and women in different levels of the party politics in India. And I see my PhD project as a starting point of my long-term goal to enhance qualitative research on women's political careers, the development of their careers in formal institutional politics in India. So thanks very much for the honor. Thank you again. And I look forward to meeting every one of you in person, hopefully at some point in the future, and looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Proma. And next, it's my pleasure to induct Raita to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Raita. This is your certificate. Raita, are you here? Yeah, I see you here.
So it is also an absolute pleasure for me to be included in this class of 2021 of Europe India Leaders. And it is a pleasure, especially because we work relatively in isolation without all these big circles or major international business networks. And I should mention that just 1 week before I got the nomination, I thought that nobody's ever going to notice the work that we are doing. So receiving the mail just 1 week after that thought was like a great surprise for me. And it was a very big pleasure. And it has been a very good thing to see the wider context of EU-India relations during this session and understanding that is given to sustainability, because we actually work in the field of sustainable sewage treatment in India. And the core of our sewage treatment solutions is a unique Swedish technology. I should also mention that I'm from Finland, but I love Sweden and Swedish technology. So like many of you might have an idea, in India, a large part of sewage treatment is not centralized. The government or the municipalities are not taking care of it. So what we do is we give sewage treatment plants to all kinds of facilities, from IT buildings to the Indian Army to private houses or apartment complexes, anything you can think of. And the point is that our plants use about 50% less electricity than conventional solutions. And also we don't generate any dirty, smelly sludge, but instead of that, we generate hygienic aerobic compost. So it is quite a big difference that we make in the sustainability side of sewage treatment. And as for me, I'm involved in almost everything from the development of our business and technical processes to maintaining good relationships with our technology supplier in Sweden, which is really crucial for our activities. And just now we have about 30 plants in operation with about 20 more in progress. And in the future, our plans is of course to extend the reach of our green sewage treatment solutions. And also I'm interested in looking at other green technologies from EU or UK so that we can include them as part of our portfolio and expand the reach of such solutions in India. And actually at the moment, we are already working with the University of Western England, who have some technology which generates electricity out of wastewater. So we are collaborating with them. And on the other hand, we are also developing some sensor solutions here in India that are used in the sewage treatment plants and that we are planning to give back to Europe. So I'm really looking forward to this year in the class of 2021. And I hope I'll be able to make new connections with many of you and work together for great EU and UK-India business relationships.
Thank you, Raisa. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Sanam to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Sanam. This is your certificate. I don't think Sanam has joined today.
No.
We'll go to the next leader. It's my pleasure to induct Shriman to the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Shriman. This is your certificate.
Hello, everyone. It's, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Shriman.
Yes, Shriman.
Yeah, hello, everyone. So it's really a pleasure to be part of this list. And I'm just 40, and then it's really a privilege. So I'm a founder of Indian Confluence, and it's an organization based in Belgium. I'm also living in Belgium, so some of the members, they said they're also in Belgium. So, you know, it will be great to meet in person. So myself, with Indian Confluence, we organize a lot of events aimed mainly at, bringing this Indian culture with the celebration of, unity with Europeans. So we have a lot of big scale events that are organized like every year. Unfortunately, due to Corona, we couldn't do much last 2 years, like everybody has the same problem. But looking forward, we are planning to, so we organize Indian Food Festival, which is like, attended by about 10,000 people or even more, taking the volume of Belgium. 10,000 is quite a huge thing, and that's where Indians and Europeans meet together and we exchange cultures, and we then continue. So we work together with Embassy of India, as well as a lot of local community leaders and European leaders as well. So yeah, that's about us. And then when anyone in Belgium, please always buzz me, and I'll be happy to meet you over a coffee.
Thank you, Sriman. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Subramaniam to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Subramaniam. This is your certificate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, to Mr. Sujit and your team. I'm very, very honored and privileged to be here among the 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 under 40. It is, in fact, more heartening to see a lot of disclosure on climate change and green energy happening since last 1 hour. To give you a brief overview of myself, I am an engineer by my degree. I've spent almost 4 years of my undergraduate and postgraduate life on researching on the reliability of solar modules and their performance. Then I tried my luck with the entrepreneur hat also, and post that I'm now with the world's 3rd largest solar advocacy body and Asia's largest solar industry association, which is the National Solar Energy Federation of India. I'm their youngest CEO. I was hired when I was 24, and it's very heartening to see a lot of disclosure and interest of the fellow classmates on green energy. Over the last 3 years as CEO, I worked very closely with our counterpart in Europe, the EU representative office in India, and other EU industry associations to bridge the gap between the Indian and European industries. As a matter of fact, I don't think we have any doubt in accepting the fact that India learned in its infancy, learned a lot from Europe when it comes to the green energy proliferation, and we are still continuing to do so. And I think a very strong and aggressive collaboration between both fronts is necessary and important to take this collaboration forward. We worked very closely with the EU in India. We brought 3 reports by bringing around 40 solar companies from both the sides of aisle, especially from European countries and Indian subcontinent. Have been very successful in doing it. I will also mention another part of the policy advocacy effort where I have been particularly involved, and I would like to share it, is the experiences of policy making from the EU context. Like we have a very burning problem of solar waste, and with the support of EU Commission and the European Solar Association, we have made a sort of in India, and it's getting very good response. Task force, sort of propose new rules based on our from European counterpart. So I see a lot of synergies, and I think it is very well call this EU 40 as EU Green 40 under 40, because I've seen everyone talk about green climate and to be to Mr. Sujit, Mr. Arun, entire team for having me here, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Subramaniam. Next, it's my pleasure to Kanya to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations to Kanya. This is your certificate. Can I see you?
I did see her online.
Yeah, I think she's here.
Sukanya ji, can you unmute yourself, Sukanya ji, please?
Yes, she is.
Hello, can you see me?
Yes, Sukanya, we can see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sukanya, we can see you and hear you.
Thank you so very much. And foremostly, thank you for having me here. And it's an inexplicable moment of press dedication. You can say my heartiest thanks to the esteemed guests, and special thanks to Mr. Nair, Mr. Erithi, and Mr. Batula for their amazing coordination and efforts. By being in this class of 2021 of leaders makes it more fascinating for steps to be taken with dedication and concentrated intentions for bringing India and EU trade relations closer. I am Sukanya Datta, presently working from the Embassy of Belgium in New Delhi. It has been quite an experience working for EU-India relations past 10 years, being in Finland for 4 years, and AUEX Belgium for the past 5 years. Currently, I work with the Wallonia Trade and Investment Agency to strengthen the business relations between India and the region of Wallonia, Belgium. It has been enriching to be the rivet for the Indian conglomerates, research and development, logistics and startups to Belgium from India. And it was a proud moment as we, from the port of Liège, Belgium, acted as a key zone for the vaccine distribution in Europe during this COVID times. Thank you so very much again for making me a part of today's special evening. Bonne journée. I hope to meet you all in person someday after this unprecedented times are over. Namaste. Thank you so very much and happy Diwali. Thank you.
Thank you, Sukanya. Happy Diwali to you too. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Sushmita to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Sushmita. This is your certificate.
Good evening to one and all. Thank you, Sujit and your team. Firstly, heartiest congratulations to everyone present here. I think it's a big achievement for all of us. I am Sushmata Roy, presently a research scholar in Manipal Academy of Higher Education, especially working in Manipal Center for European Studies. So my research is kind of based on looking into sustainable development goals and especially the education sector and internationalization of higher education. So I think when we see India and Europe's relation, it can always be dated back to education because something which is a core of any basis. And this platform is very, very important, I think, being as a student. And I see as I think the beginning of the ceremony, I think somebody had told about that how youth is an important element in today's world, where we actually can make a lot of difference in taking this important relation bringing forward. So I look forward to this platform and other colleagues, and once again wish you Diwali to all.
Thank you, Sushmita. And next, it's my pleasure to induct Venya to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Venya. This is your certificate. Svinya is a member of European Parliament who works closely in the EU-India for promoting EU-India relations. She was not able to join today, but she sent a message.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, fellow Europe-India leaders, it's a great honor to be recognized as one of the under 40 leaders, and I would like to extend my appreciation for the Europe-India Center for Business and Industry for this acknowledgement. And I also want to apologize for not being able to join you in person. But as a member of the International Trade Committee of the European Parliament, I have been focusing my work on EU trade relations with South Asia and the ASEAN countries. And I was very happy to see that leaders from both sides, EU and India, decided to step up our relations again, to resume talks on bilateral trade agreement. I think this is a great message in these times, in these tense times. And this acknowledgement today gives me additional motivation to keep up working for closer trade relations between our country and our region. So I also want to take this opportunity to compliment the Europe-India Center for Business and Industry on the important work that they're doing, because I think it is so relevant that we come together, that we learn from each other. There are so many challenges ahead, and I think we can only face them with cooperation. So congratulations to all my fellow leaders. I'm very much looking forward to learn from you and about your engagement. Thank you so much.
Next, it's my pleasure to induct Tanushree to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Tanushree. This is your certificate.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all joining from different parts of the world. I hope you can hear me well. I'm very honored to be part of 2021 Class of Europe-India Leaders, and I'm grateful to Europe-India Center for Business and Industry for this opportunity. I'm Tanushree Gupta. I'm an art conservator. I work at the University of Applied Arts, Vienna. And as art conservator, our motto is to conserve the cultural heritage. We look at cultural heritage as one, beyond borders. And with this perspective, the University of Applied Arts, Vienna has many international projects and collaborations with various countries where we aim to work together and learn together and build the field of art conservation together and safeguard the culture. A major project that we are running is in India. So we work on the India-Austria collaboration in the field of tangible cultural heritage, academic and research organizations, museums, and also the private collectors. We work mostly with students and researchers and also mid-career professionals in different formats. So we have on-site projects where we aim to work together. So the Indian students and the Austrian students, and also the professionals, like I mentioned, we do regular conferences, seminars, workshops in India as well as in Austria. We do summer schools for students, for master students, as well as for PhD students. Also in both directions, and also internships. And we publish a lot, we do a lot of books on this subject. Yeah, and we are very happy that Austrian Embassy, New Delhi, Indian Embassy in Vienna, and also the Eurasia Pacific Union always support our projects. And I hope I'll have opportunity to also present the projects in detail and discuss with you all how we can collaborate and work together. I would like to congratulate you all as we join together on this forum, and I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanushree. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Thomas to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Thomas. This is your certificate. Thomas is the former Foreign Minister of Czech Republic, and in his role as a Foreign Minister, he did quite a good amount of work in promoting India's relationship with Czech Republic. I do see Thomas here.
Yes. Ms. Thomas, can you please unmute yourself and come online for a small message? Okay, maybe Sujit, we can move on and then come back to Thomas.
Sure. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Vaimal to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Vaimal. This is your certificate.
Yeah, thank you, Sujit. Yeah, thank you, Sujit, for inducting me. And it is my pleasure and honor to be here in this group. I'm Vaimal Kumar, co-founder, actually works extensively in the area of country representation, program management, consulting, technology transfer, and capacity building. I worked with the various bilateral, multilateral, and national programs. My experience with the European Union started with my association with the GITA, which is Global Innovation Technology Alliance. There we have started with the InnoIndigo program, then EN, and then we have also worked for the Horizon 2020 beginning of the program, where how the DST is going to support the program. I also got the opportunity to submit the proposal, which is a IBTC, which is the EBTC counterpart to our ministry. This is my on the bilateral front with our European colleagues. I have worked with the 4 countries: Italy, UK, Spain, Finland, Italy, Denmark, Sweden, etc., to launching the bilateral industrial R&D program. As a lot of people here mentioned that the collaboration is going to be very, very important, and Government of India or the international government has focused a lot on the academic or basic research. Our role was to enable the collaborative industrial research, and that's how our program was. Now in the Kinovis, also we are actually doing a lot of program. Sorry, the cracker is going on. Yeah. So on we are currently working on several bilateral mapping opportunity between India and UK, like low carbon growth in digital in the COP26, then the digital communication. One of the important point I like to highlight over here is we have recently did the mapping on digital communication between India and UK. Happy to share that the DCMS, which is the UK government ministry, along with the DOT, has conceptualized the India-UK Future Telecom Program. We are working with the CSI Kapoor to implement the program. So how we can actually creating the long-term impact. We are looking to support some of the projects. In the India also, I have set up the fund for the 7 ministries on the industrial R&D part. So this is my contribution. I'm happy to be here, considering this become a natural culmination that how Indian organization and UK organization work together. Especially the lot of material are there. We need to co-create. No need to reinvent the wheel when the wheel is already invented. So let's make a bilateral, and when it's make a bilateral, what's work for India, what's work for international, and how people like us can actually understand together and push this for the wider acceptance in the society. Thank you.
Thank you, Vimal. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Vivian to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. Congratulations, Vivian. This is your certificate. I do see Vivian here.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for the selection and nomination for the 2022 Class of EuropeIndia Leaders. I am Vivian Masol, a senior economist based in India since 2010. I work at TAC Economics. It's an independent French research boutique, and we do 2 main types of projects. One is related to data science, and the second, where I'm more involved on the macroeconomic and financial analysis on developed economy and emerging markets. So we've worked on the long-term economic and social perspective for Indian economy. And so we can highlight the key factors for company to take into account when they have to take informed investment decision. I'm also a French foreign trade advisor. It's a network of more than 4,000 businessmen in the world, and who support on one side the French authorities with on-ground operational developments, and so they can see what are the potential or the difficulties for French companies operating in foreign countries. And we'll also advise French companies on investment opportunities. So I'm ready to continue to provide support and information to the private sector on India's potential. So it's an immense honor for me to be part of this eminent class, and I hope to meet you soon in person in Chennai, where I'm based in the southeast of India. Thank you.
Thank you, Viva. Next, it's my pleasure to induct Juja to the 2021 Class of EuropeIndia Leaders. Congratulations, Juja. This is your certificate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you,
Very much.
Sujit, and thank you so much for putting this together, for hosting us, and for the selection to be on this list. I am really fascinated to listen to the different presentations, as brief as they were, but just to realize what a diversity we have here. And I think we all have something or a lot to learn from each other in this regard. And I think that's one of the values that I already recognize, that you bring really all sectors together, and there's no bigger value than that. My name is indeed Zsuzsa. I am based in Taipei, so that connects me to India and Europe at the same time. At least this is how I look at it. I look at the geopolitics in the Indo-Pacific. I am here as a postdoctoral fellow working on EU-Taiwan relations in the Indo-Pacific. So I don't need to explain, but just to make it short, I work at, I don't need to explain why I work on the Indo-Pacific, because I think that's pretty much the most talked about concept that is not new, but really picked up in discussions in Europe, also in the region. And so I think from the Taiwan's perspective, and keeping in mind what Taiwan can bring to the discussions in spite of its difficult diplomatic situation, I see a lot of potential in connecting Taiwan with India and Europe at the same time. So I see value in growing EU-India relations, but I see even bigger value in expanding that to including other like-minded partners. As it was said already, there's growth in India and EU-India relations, but at the same time, there's growth in EU-Taiwan relations. And finally, there's growth in India-Taiwan relations. So I really see potential, and a lot of things are happening. Taiwan is really looking in its neighborhood to diversify. So I am interested in connecting with you all when it comes to ways to explore ways how we can include Taiwan in existing platforms of cooperation. And I propose that because I find that being the more sustainable way to approach Taiwan in the current tense global context in the Indo-Pacific in particular. And finally, so that's currently what I'm doing also in my capacity as the head of associates at the 9-Line think tank. We are based in London, but we work digitally to connect Europe and the Indo-Pacific. But I also work with NGOs based in Belgium, because I am actually based in Brussels. I worked for the past 12 years in the European Parliament as a political advisor. And this is how I got to work and got so attached to India, because I started coming to India already about 10 years ago. And for me, India was, I was introduced to India through my work on the Tibetan community living in India. So I understood that side of India, that side of generosity towards the Tibetans in exile living in the north, but also in the south. So I am interested in the politics of EU, India, and Taiwan relations, but also in the soft side of things and the tech. And so I really look forward to connecting with all of you. Again, thank you so much for bringing us all together in this platform. And I look forward to staying and getting to know all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Zsuzsa. Thomas has just messaged that he's going to take part briefly. Let's wait for a minute.
Hello, Sujit. I'm really sorry. I'm currently running between two workshops I'm having with the students at another conference. It was really great to take part in the ceremonial opening. I'm grateful for being the part of the group, and looking forward. I'm really eager to be involved in a debate about future of EU-India relationship. As a foreign minister, I have been present to some of the key steps over the past 2 years, starting with the close relationship with your foreign minister, calling for him to attend for the first time like a ministerial meeting of the European foreign ministers in Brussels. So I saw and I was present to some of the milestones over the past 2 years in the relationship between both EU and India. And here I'm really glad to be part of the young group of young people that would like to bring both sides closer together. Thank you very much for involving me, and I'm really sorry I need to rush to start the workshop for the students.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Congratulations once again to all the leaders who made it to 2021 class of EuropeIndia40 Leaders. So EuropeIndia Center for Business Industry look forward to working with you so as to build a stronger UK relations, UK-India relations, and EU-India relations. Congratulations once again. Over to you, Arun.
Thanks a lot, Sujit. What a great 40 people or 40 great young leaders they are. 22 women, 18 men, and from 19 different nationalities. We are also sorry that there have been minor technical glitches. It's been raining heavily in certain parts of India where our teams have connected today. So that could be one of the reasons, but otherwise 15 minutes to 20 minutes listening more of the scheduled time, listening to such wonderful leaders, I believe has made our time more precious than ever before. We would like to thank each one of your 40 leaders for acknowledging and coming on board into class of 2021. I would like to thank, apart from Sajid, our chairperson, and Councillor Aryan, my co-vice chair, some invisible team members at European Center for Business Industries who've been supporting with communication and support, including Gitu Abhilash and Raghunandan from the office. I'd also like to thank for the time of Mr. Viren Sharma ji, Honorable MP from UK, and Mr. Alphonse Kanatan, Honorable Member of Parliament from India, Mr. Sepo Nurmi, Mr. Soren Gai, and Mr. Girish Vishwanathan and Xuxo Day for the presentation and support. Mr. Sandro Gozzi, the member of European Parliament. And we'd also like to thank the designers and support people who have given ideas to the logo that's launched by Sujit for the EuropeIndia40 campaign. And before we close this, I would like to check once again if any one of the leaders who have just come online and have not been able to talk earlier, would they raise their hands and come up and speak. And I'll also like to thank I did spot some of the leaders from the previous 2020 and 2019 list. Thank you a lot for the support and for your presence here.
Arun, I just want everyone to switch on the videos, please. So put a final namaste for a beautiful group photo. Thank you. I'm just doing that. Any more? Any namaste? Right. Namaste. That's
namaste.
Good. One more. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Councillor Aryan, and you can officially.
Thank you all. So, I mean, we are going to send you an email with the marketing material, the posters, the press release, and a few more details. The marketing folder will have few more details, which will also help you to share this information with your network. Hopefully by tonight, you should be receiving all this information on your email. So we will also be sending across press releases from our end, and from your companies, you can share it with your media team so that they can also pass on this information to their network. Thank you everyone for taking time to participate, and we look forward to working with you. This is just the beginning, so we will all look forward to working with you in the next few months and few years.
Sujit, excuse me, can I just ask quickly, is it okay to already share some of this on social media?
Sure. Yeah, it's announced. Yeah,
just
sure.
wanted to make sure. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.